Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is Yummy Brown of Yommycrochetlogy, and today's tutorial is crochet rose choker necklace that is inspired by Barbie. That's right, you heard me correctly. Since Barbie mania is everywhere, so we're gonna make something that is inspired by Barbie, and of course it's in pink. And we are going to use these two beautiful yarn that is kindly gifted by our hobby friends. This is the organic Egyptian cotton, the baby cotton range. It is very soft and colors are wide variety. You can pick any colors you want, and it is so soft and it smells good. I don't know why, but it really smells good. And this is the information at the back. This is a 50-gram yarn with 170 meter per ball or 186 yards, and also this is the shades that we will be using. Two beautiful shades of pink. Please check in my description box below so you can snag your very own baby cotton yarn. This is one of my few tutorials coming in that is all about Barbie. This one here is a sneak peek that is also coming in my channel, a gingham top, and again it is using the baby cotton yarn. This is the shades that I picked, the color 19, the color 18, and 20. So these yarns are sitting next to each other on the website, all in the beautiful shades of pink, and I already have started my gingham top, and this is what it looks like. Also, don't forget to support my channel so I can continue making free tutorials for you all. And again, if you're excited for this top, please go into my description box below and grab your very own baby cotton yarn so we can crochet together once I release the tutorial for the gingham top. As for now, we will start our beautiful rose choker necklace with these two shades here, and let's put aside the gingham top for now. I know you guys are excited, but let's start with the necklace. Also grab your 3.50mm hook, a pair of scissors, and also a stitch markers, and let's get started. First off, you have a slip knot. This is how I make my slip knot. Yarn over, pull that yarn, hold on to that yarn, twist your yarn again, yarn over and pull into that. Okay, and then tighten it. Now we will make a chain of 120. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Make 120 chain as your foundation. So now I have here my last chain, 120. So there's your first 120 foundation chain. Now we will skip to 1 and 2. So 1 and 2. On the third, you have to make a double crochet. So yarn over, insert your hook on that stitch or chain, yarn over, pull it through. You should have 3 loops in your hook. Yarn over, pull it through in the first 2 loops in your hook, yarn over and pull it through, and that's your double crochet. Now chain 2, 1 and 2. Now skip to 1, 2. On the third, you have to make a double crochet. Again, yarn over, insert your hook into that chain, yarn over and pull it through. You should have 3 loops in your hook right now. Yarn over, pull it through in the first 2 loops in your hook, yarn over and pull it through. So there's your second double crochet, then chain of 2. So repeat the pattern, double crochet, chain 2, skip 2 until you finish all your chain of 120 or you reach at the end. Okay, so I have here my last stitch and my last double crochet. So chain 2, 1 and 2, skip this last 2 stitches and make a double crochet on the top of the last chain. And that is your first row. Okay, so that's the first row, should look like. So there you go. Chain 3, 1, 2 and 3, turn your work, and then 3 double crochet in the first chain space. This is your chain space. So 3 double crochet, 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so there's your 3 double crochet. Now slip stitch to the top post or the double crochet from the previous round. So this is the double crochet, slip stitch on top of that. Okay, so slip stitch is you just have to insert your hook on top of the stitch, pull it through, yarn over, pull it through all the way to the end. Okay, so that's your first petal. Now chain 3 again, 1, 2, and 3, and then again on the next chain space you have to make 3 double crochet. So yarn over, insert your hook into the chain space, yarn over, pull it through, yarn over, pull it through, yarn over, pull it through. Okay, so that's 1, 2, and 3. So there's your 3 double crochet. Now slip stitch on top of the double crochet post from the previous row. Okay, so you have 2 now. Again, chain 3, 1, 2, and 3, then double crochet into the chain space itself 3 times. So that's 1, 2, and 3. Okay, now slip stitch here. Okay, so you repeat that 3 chain, slip stitch, 3 chain, 3 double crochet, and slip stitch in every chain spaces until you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So once you have 10 chain spaces left, you will stop there. Okay, so do not touch this one. So you're gonna repeat your chain 3, 3 double crochet, and slip stitch until you reach into your stitch marker. Okay, so just this numbers of chain spaces, and then here we have different steps. So I reach where our stitch marker is, and that's my last cluster or double crochet, 3 double crochet in a chain space. So now we have our 10 chain space here. So what we're gonna do here is different from what we did in the previous stitches. So now that you slip stitch in the top of your double crochet, you have a slip stitch there, you have to make a chain of 4. So that's 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then slip stitch into the next post. Okay, so you skip the chain space, slip stitch on top of this post or the double crochet from the previous round. So just slip stitch. Okay, so there's your chain 4 now on top of the chain 3 space. Okay, so now chain 4 again, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Skip the chain space of 3, make a slip stitch on top of this double crochet from the previous round. Okay, oops. So there you go, chain 4. Continue your chain 4 until you reach at the end. So always slip stitch on top of the double crochet from the previous round. And then on the last stitch, you have to make a slip stitch. So there's this is our 3rd row or 2nd row if you don't include counting your chain of 120. So the first few rows of a few stitches of the row is actually a cluster, and then the last 10 stitches is just a chain of 4, and slip stitch. Okay, now this is the time that you can change color. Okay, so before we will pull that string, grab your second color if you're changing color. So pull the second color all the way to your recent color. So yarn over, pull it through till here, and then tighten all the yarns or tails. Okay, then chain of 3 with the new color, 1, 2, and 3 then turn your work. This next row or next color only works into the chain spaces that we made, the chain 4 space that we made. That's it. This is the only working area we need to do. There's a chain of 3 now, and then make 4 double crochet into that chain 4, this chain 4 from the previous round. So make 4 double crochet. So that's 1, 2, 3, and 4. So there's your 4 double crochet in the chain space of 4. Now picot. Picot is chain of 3, 1, 2, and 3. And now I want you to slip stitch at the base of your chain 3. When you look at the chain 3, there is a diagonal yarn, this too. You'll see this at the base of your chain, and then slip stitch there, okay, to form a picot. There's your picot. Now again, another 4 double crochet in the same chain space to complete your picot fan. I called it picot fan, okay, and form a petal that looks like this. And then slip stitch in between, this stitches between the chain 4 and the previous chain 4. So just here you have to slip stitch there to end this one petal. Now again in the next chain space, so there's your next chain space, make another 4 double crochet. So that's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so there's your 4 double crochet again, and then picot. Picot is chain 3, 1, 2, and 3. Then slip stitch at the base of your chain 3. This 2 here, this 2 diagonal loop, and make a slip stitch. Okay. Now double crochet again 4 times in the same chain space. That's 2, 3, 4. Okay. Now slip stitch in between the chain spaces to end this petal. Okay, so you have 2 now, and complete all the chain 4 spaces until here where your stitch marker is, and you can cut off your work. Okay, so I have here my last petal, and we will slip stitch again in the space or stitch between this and this. So just slip stitch your way here again on top of the single crochet from slip stitch from the previous round. Okay, and then secure that yarn. Remove the stitch marker, and this is this row should look like. Okay, so half of this is a different colored petal and half is your different color petal. We will start this enrolling this way from here all the way here. So we will use a darning needle. Whatever yarn color you started with, that is your color for the sewing it. So we will stitch them up or start sewing them. Okay, so first is we will start here and we will roll it inside, going there. First is roll your petal like so, and we will secure this very first bud here. Just a simple back and forth stitching of your. So now that one is secure, so slowly roll your way inside, okay, to form a petal. Now our stitching will be in the base. Okay, so we will be stitching at the base now, and I suggest do not squeeze your petal too much, the top. Squeeze this side here or the bottom we are going to do the sewing in the foundation chain of your flower. Okay, so I'm actually doing the sewing in the foundation chain, this chain, not here. And slowly roll them inside. Okay, and again I'm sewing the bottom. Now this one is formed, so this is where we will be working from now on. Okay, so again, just back and forth of stitching them up or sewing. And now that I'm quite finished with this one, you will cut off your thread and needle. You have to have a chain of 250 or more or less if you want it longer. 250 is enough for me. And then place a pearl at the end of that, and then find the half of your string and attach it at the back and start sewing it. Okay, so just a simple back and forth. Approximately it's 10 centimeter. The diameter is 10 centimeter by 10 centimeter, or 4 inches by 4 inches approximately. So that's it, we're done, and you can tie the ends. If you want it clean, you can patch a little fabric here at the back and put a handmade buy or something, and you can sell it in a crafters market. Okay, and so pretty. And here is the roses that I made in one color. This one here is mixed with a glitter thread to add more drama into our choker rose necklace. So that's all for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial, and also don't forget to support my channel so I can continue make a free tutorial for you all lovelies, and see you sometime next week. Goodbye.